William Hunt Savile Row sponsors the Trilby Tour. The perfect gentleman's playground.
Well, I suppose there are worse places to be broken down than here in Yorkshire. It's very pretty.
Well, speaking as a proud Mancunian, I'd like to get out of this place as soon as possible. I don't trust them around here.
Do you know, that's the one thing I just don't get as a Londoner, this inter-county rivalry thing. I mean, everyone's friends with us.
You're everyone's rivals.
Are we?
You are, as long as you carry right that golf ball around that hubcap. Now help me with this.
Do you know what? It takes a southerner to sort out a situation like that. Typical northerner.
The Trilby Tour once again rolls into Yorkshire and Hollins Hall for our 4th regional qualifier of the year. With most of the crew living in the county, expect many a long lingering shot of lovely scenery. The golf, however, may not be as pretty. On the show tonight, plenty of shy, retiring, undemonstrative Yorkshire folk quietly playing golf. There's the worst 4-man freehole playoff we've ever seen on the Trilby Tour. And as if that wasn't bad enough, we have duff shots aplenty in Rogues Gallery. Getting over Lancastrian on the first tee will be William Hunt. But now then, here's your right gradely commentator, Rob Lee.
Thanks, Mac. We're in Yorkshire at Hollins Hall, the Championship course, 6,671 yards, designed by Ross McMurray. Beautiful part of the world. Look at a hidden secret, this. So the players back for more after they enjoyed it last year. Let's catch up with William, who's on the first tee with the Brighton and Hove Albion keeper, David Stockdale.
David, you're a professional sportsman, footballer, obviously, goalkeeper, playing at the highest level. Will that professionalism, will it help you here today on the Trilby Tour?
Not at all.
No? Okay.
Used to the cameras, but not you're usually comfortable in your environment. This is it's not a comfortable environment. Just here for the day, enjoying it and supporting the Trilby Tour.
And how would you feel if you were to make that top 4 today?
I'd be ecstatic, but my wife might not be happy because I'm on a train back to London tonight.
Well, it's important that he gets off to a good start, David. Plays at Cuddington. Pretty nice move at it, actually. 17 handicapper. He can be better than that if he puts a bit of time in.
Phil, 12th time on the Trilby Tour.
Yeah.
You're a good player. You're probably better than you give yourself credit for, but you've beaten yourself up a few times with this, haven't you? You've got there close.
Close a couple of times. Managed to qualify last year for St Pierre. In actual fact, I qualified at Hollins Hall through the playoff.
Yeah.
It was great day. I'm glad to be back this year, and I hope to get in the top 4. I'm due it.
Can you see glassware in your hand being raised around 7:30 this evening?
That would be nice. I don't know whether it'll be the case, but I'm going to give it a good shot.
It's a 4 handicapper, Phil. So not a long hole, doesn't need to hit driver. Smash that down there. What a lovely shot.
Paul, you seem to be a low 30s man. Every time 30, 31.
Yeah.
I think your best score's at Trevose, wasn't it?
Trevose about 31, yeah.
31. About 31 or was 31?
Well, it was around there. It wasn't one or two less.
So you've never made a top 10 yet?
No, I've been close.
Close is not good enough, is it?
No, it's always a little bit disappointing at the end.
Okay, give us a prediction.
34.
34.
Today.
34.
34.
There you go,
Not too
Paul
greedy.
Davies, 34 points.
We'll see.
We will see. Fairway wood and a good smack. Man from Colne Valley Golf Club in Essex. Just in the light rough on the right, but fine.
I'm here on the tee with two men of great Trilby touring experience. Johnny Slade, a major wit, a man who brings hilarity to the Trilby Tour on the website, also to the course with his playing. And Ian Marshall, a man whose only chance of making the finals, playoffs, in any way is on the bag.
It is.
Yeah, Johnny, what's the plan today? Come on, between you both, you've got so much experience on this thing. This man's got to be able to get you round.
Yeah, he has, but I'm more importantly, I get him round as well. He's got to qualify for a final, so you know, he's helped me out yesterday, and I played all right. So I'm just hoping he can carry it on today.
So what's he going to bring to you today? What's he going to bring for you?
Composure, course management, and just to remind me how it should be done. Bit of tempo, which is my biggest downfall.
Ian, how's it going to help you being on the bag today, in all seriousness? Because you're a man that puts everything into this. Sometimes you tie yourself up, you get in front of yourself.
Yeah.
Will it help you being on the bag today and watching, you know, guiding Johnny around?
Yeah, I think it will help me to guide Johnny around, and I think it'll help me as well, because I'll be at St Pierre myself playing. So, but yeah, just this. It's one thing I wanted to do, right? And Johnny was good enough to ask me about 6 weeks ago, and I said, Johnny, yeah, it'd be a privilege, because I've never met him before. He's a great guy, and I just want to make sure he gets in the top 10. We want to get into the final four, obviously, but you know, I think the main thing today is getting the top 10.
So there we have it from the first tee. Two men, a new friendship. Will they be talking at the end of the round?
Probably not.
So the bromance begins. Slade with the driver. Thankfully, it jumped that bunker and stayed short of the cabbage, so it's all right.
I'm here on the tee, on the first tee with Paul Rogers, former Yorkshire champion, one of the most competitive Trilby tourists to date. Paul, is it your day?
Hope so. Been here 2 years ago, did well. So we can.
No, hang on. Did well. Hang on. Did well.
All right,
Clarify did well.
ripped it up.
Clarify did well.
Okay, ripped it up. Actually won it. Hopefully I can do the same again today.
So from that feeling of glory 2 years ago, how did it feel handing over that trophy to Ian Clark?
Absolutely sank, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
if I'd have played well, if I'd have played
happy.
well that day, I'd have been even more. But hopefully this year can be, we can take it back again and do the same.
I'm looking at a winner.
I'm hoping so. I'm definitely hoping so. I'm not here to make numbers, I'm here to win it. So that's all I can say.
Well, he plays off 10. Does Paul?
Got it, Paul.
A little right, perhaps. And that's absolutely fine. Nice. Nice way to start. Former champion. Let's get out to the 15th. Two handicapper, Andy Cousin from the area, plays at Baildon Golf Club. That's just around the corner at 161 at 15. Ooh. News will not be good. The big man, Dave Stockdale, just trying to eke a few points out of Hollins Hall. More practice required, I fancy. 11 points for Paul Rogers this far. Hasn't finished the front nine yet. And that's quite a slopey one from there. Big swinging putt. Cousin second to the par 3 15th. Hit the tree. Finished there. Not too bad. And that's called a downslope. That's workable. Dave Stockdale's troubles continue. Now his fourth shot at the 11th. That might not stay. Will it? Thinking about it. Steady. Now this was the long putt at 8 that Rogers had. Big swinging left to righter. Steady now. That's D green. Almost. Heavy, heavy hand from the former champion of Yorkshire. Cousin's par putt at 15. Hit the tree, bounced out, pitched to hit. Not quite, but in the end, 34 points. Clubhouse lead. Nice golfing day in Yorkshire. bogey putt for Stockdale. No dice for David. Did not qualify. 26 points. Third's a par 5. So a real birdie hole for these Trilby-torians. That's an approach shot. Worthy of a tail in the bar later on, that one. First look at Philip Dooley. Plays at Hillsborough Golf Club in Sheffield. 7 handicapper, 2nd to 18. And pretty good. 4th for Paul Bleasdale, who's from Cheshire. Oh, that was 200 yards, so a good hit. Rogers par putt at 8. $30 points. It will not be this year for Paul Rogers. Good try. Didn't have the magic in 2015 in Yorkshire. Dooley for the birdie at 18. Ooh, that's a risky one. That's a very risky one. 34 points to that point as well. Bleasdale's tee shot was hole high. This is the putt across the green. All but 34 points. Joint clubhouse lead for Paul Bleasdale. So this is important. Dooley for his par. 3 putts on 18. That's ugly. Still, best so far. Let's get back to William for the last tee off. Ian Clark, the reigning champion of Yorkshire.
What can I say? The reigning champion of Yorkshire, Mr. Ian Clark. A hole-in-one specialist at Druids Glen. And was it a chip-in?
No.
Oh, was it a chip-in? Rob Lee said it was a chip-in.
No, it wasn't.
Talk us through that one.
127 yards I paced it.
Hardly a
to,
chip.
So it's not a chip-in, but...
127.5 yards, actually.
No, it was 127. I reckoned it was about probably 100 to the very front of the green. As you know, the green all slopes down front to back. And I just needed to get it on that green and let it roll down the hill, and it did, and luckily it went in. Listen, every blind squirrel gets a nut once in a while.
Oh. Now, we spoke to Paul Rogers, the outgoing champion. He said he was broken handing that trophy out to you. He said it was the best moment of his life the year before, winning it, and he did not want to give you that trophy.
Yeah, well, I'll be the same today. I'll be fighting as best as I can to try and keep and retain the title. So one step at a time. Let's just go out there and see what we can do.
Defending's never easy. Ian Clark plays at Worth Golf Club. Good swing. Good swing. So we're underway in the 2015 Championship of Yorkshire.
The perfect gentleman's playground. The perfect gentleman's playground.
Welcome back to the 2015 Trilby Tour. Well, Yorkshire people are very proud, as are our crew, who are finding neat and innovative places to give you a little bit of footage of Hollins Hall. That's all very pretty, isn't it? But really a complete waste of time. Let's get back to the golf. Ian Clark at the third, but this is third at the par 5, so in a really good position. Oh, he nearly popped that one in. Must be a birdie. Reigning champion doing a sterling job. Gary Stuttard, no stranger to Trilby Tours. From Sprouston. I'm working that one in nicely. Certainly a unique action. 8 handicapper Guy Stoker coming towards the end of his round. Now this swings a lot from left to right, but just needed another half a beat, that one. Birdie putt for Clark. Easy. So he moves into the red, but in the end, the good start didn't do him any good. 27 points, did not qualify. Stuttard found the green, A lovely tee shot. This one is pretty quick. Oh, a little wary of it. 34. Currently in a playoff position. Once this gets past the hole at 18, it continues to run and run and run. So to get this dead is very difficult. Very good effort. To 17 and Sean Wilkinson. Steady, steady. Well, he played it well. Comes from Minchin Hampton Golf Club. Ahead to 18. Ross is second. Simon plays at Halifax Bradley Hall Golf Club, and that might be a little tricky one. Stoker for 35 points. That was a little tiddler. 34 in the end with that stroke at 18. So far, so good. In a playoff position. Remember, if you're new to the Trilby Tour, we're trying to find the top 4 players to play off at the end for the championship. Simon Ross bunkered. Splash of sand, and that's very well played. Left himself the right side of the hole as well. Sean Wilkinson this time is third. Well, it was such a good tee shot. Pity, but a good day. 35 points. Tied for the lead. Peter Hall is a local man from Hollins Hall. Second Trilby Tour event. And his second on 12. Didn't need an awful lot more to run down there stone dead. For Simon Ross. And he gets it. 34 points. That's currently in the playoff position. But the long dreaded wait. Peter Hall talked about the second nearly going stiff. Oh, he didn't need it because he made that putt 25 feet down the hill. 36 points, new clubhouse lead for Peter Hall. So yes, we've established we're in lovely Yorkshire. It is. It's a lovely day, and Hollins Hall is in superb condition. Let's hear about the playoff holes by talking to Stuart Carney.
Yeah, they are 3 tough holes. I mean, they've wrecked many a card in our members' competitions, and I'm sure it'll wreck a few cards today. But if you score well on those holes, I think you'll do quite well today. Yeah, 10, par 5, reachable par 5 if you get a good drive away. But typically for most golfers, a 3-shot par 5, so if you get a par on there, you'll be quite happy. 17, risk and reward hole. You can either drive it off the tee and take a risk and go for the green, or just play a rescue or hybrid off the tee and take the easy way in. 18's tough 18, tough finishing hole. You've got a tough drive to get away with 2 bunkers either side of the fairway, and a tough green that slopes from back to front, which is quite severe. So once you get on the green, you've got a tough challenge to get down into, really.
All to look forward to. Meanwhile, at the 12th, Howard Battersby plays in Bolton. Second Trilby Tour event for the 54-year-old. Go on then. Go on. Almost. Lovely shot, though. Paul Davis. Saw him a little earlier on. Things going well. Steady now. That's his third to the 18th. That is super quick down there. Battersby, after the impressive approach, finishes it off. Nice birdie. 36 points for Howard in the end. Tied at the top at this stage. Off of 8 handicap. Very good. Johnny Slade. Ball, turf in the right order. But not in the right direction. Talked about Davis's quick putt. This is it. Oh, goodness me, what a good putt that was. 36 points, joint clubhouse leader, Paul Davis. Very nearly 37 points. Speaking of Davises, they come in bunches like buses. This is Phil Davis at the 12th. Quite a few birdies on this hole today, and that might well be another. And there's Ian Marshall giving his man some guidance. Johnny Slade. Having a few practice swings at this one at 15. He's in a tough spot. Bunker in the way. Very difficult. Tee shot to blame really for Slade. Talked about the birdies on 12. Well, this is the birdie putt for Phil Davis. 37 points. Splendid effort. So a new clubhouse leader. Johnny Slade for his par at the 15th. And, well, no, it's a shotgun there, but an amazing finish. Had Slade finished with 37 points. Best so far. Tied, of course. So we're nearly there. 2 players qualify for the final, but 3 from 2 between Hall, Battersby and Paul Davis. Nearest the pin from 100 yards. Shootout. And in the end, it was Howard Battersby who just misses out, but he does qualify for the World Championship final. So it's 4 men, 3 holes to find 1 champion of Yorkshire. Phil Davis, Johnny Slade, Paul Davis and Peter Hall. But now it's time for Hunt's Hunch.
Tough really, because none of these guys have been in the playoff before, so it's hard to call. I mean, common sense would go Peter Hall, home course, popular guy, good player. Paul Davis, I don't really know anything about, so I can't tip him. How can I tip him? I know nothing. Johnny Slade's got no chance. He's got no chance. He's played better than he's ever played in his life, and the man's exhausted. Marshall's done everything he can for him. He's in unknown territory now. I've got to go with Phil Davis. Phil Davis, I've seen him play, superb player. He's got the temperament for this. Phil Davis is my man tonight.
We'll come back after the break and we'll see if William is correct once again.
The perfect gentleman's playground. The perfect gentleman's playground.
Welcome back to beautiful Hollins Hall, and we'll find out after these 3 holes who is going to be the Trilby Tour Champion of Yorkshire for 2015. 4 men playing the 10th, the 17th and the 18th.
On the tee we need Phil Davis, Johnny Slade, Paul Davis and Peter Hall. First up the tee, please very hard, Mr. Phil Davis.
Phil Davis, 48, handicap 4, League Golf Club. Fantastic, thoroughly enjoyed it. From the word go, things seem to fit into place. Absolutely delighted. The course is fantastic, the company was great. I've had a super day. I did particularly well on the par 5s. I birdied all the par 5s, which is a big help. And it got me going, and as the course progressed, as my round progressed, I was holding on, and then to finish the first 9 with 21 points was great. And then I could see the scores, and it was a case of hanging on really and getting round the back 9.
Oh, that one's curling a bit too much. Oh, what's over there? No shots for Phil in these 3 holes. Just receives 3 strokes.
Next to the tee, Mr. Johnny Slade.
Johnny Slade, 48, Bishop Golf Club in Preston, handicap 13. No, it was probably the best round of golf I've played for years. I had a 20-year gap, packed up, probably come back 4 years ago, and I felt more confident this year. I had 3 goals at this, snap hooked off the first tee, 3 years on the trot. It's a screamer down the middle, and short game was still rubbish. You know, I just had to make sure I was laying up well outside, you know, sort of 60, 70 yards out, just to give myself a chance, because if any closer, I was garbage. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It was really good.
2 shots for Johnny, 1 here. Oh, and that's a snap hook. That's called a mallard in the trade. A lala duck.
Next up to the tee, Mr. Paul Davis.
Paul Davies, handicap of 4, Combe Valley Golf Club, 36 years old. It started well. I couldn't do anything wrong for about 8 holes, 9 holes, and then we had an interval, and then it went wrong for a bit. We were looking for balls quite drastically for a couple of holes, and then I just sort of held on. But I really, played well, but I didn't finish as good as I could have done. But I'm happy with what I got. I didn't expect that.
So 2 poor tee shots to follow. Will this be a good one? That's the other side, I think. Anti-left, that one. What's over there?
Next up to the tee, Mr. Peter Hall.
Hi, Peter Hall, 55, play at Hollins Hall, and my handicap's 11. Really enjoyed it, really enjoyed it. Left a few out there, I thought, a few 3 putts, front 9. I should know these greens better really, but better back 9. I should listen to my caddy more, as he keeps telling me. Last time, 2 years ago, I won one of the qualifiers, but didn't perform quite so well. I let it all get to me. It was all consuming, if you like, and I just didn't perform very well. But this time, I just looked to enjoy it, tried to treat it as best I could, like a normal Saturday round with the lads.
Peter gets a shot at the 18th. And the crowd have got something to cheer at last. A rasper. Now provisional for Phil Davis. Seems better. Paul Davis provisional. Those first ones winning Wild Country. More Wild Country. Looking for one with a dot. Well, they found his first one, so back to the tee because it was unplayable. And this is going left. Don't know if that's going to be any good. So let's get back down to watch some of the second shots or fourth shots or fifth shots. This is the 4th for Slade. Muscled that one out. About as much as he could have done from there. Peter Hall, that's his second. He's in a fantastic position now. He's only played 2. So that one down by the green on the par 5. Paul Davis, his 4th after playing 3 off the tee. Oh, he'll be playing up to the putting surface on a short flag. That's not position A. Same deal for Phil Davis. 4th shot. Going the other way. Ugh. Might be a provisional coming up. 5th shot for Johnny Slade. Gets a hard bounce and comes around. Yeah, that's pretty good. Peter Hall pitching this one up. And there in 3, that's like a luxury. As he watches the carnage down this first playoff hole. Davis, 5th shot. This is double ugly in here. This could stay in here. Oh, it's out. Little bounce off the path. From where he was, that was good. But playing a lot of shots at this first playoff hole. Same story for Paul Davis. This is 5th shot. Beauty. So a double bogey to be +2 as he goes into the second playoff hole. Phil Davis, 6th shot. And that left for a double bogey 7. Slade's got a shot here, but he's not made good use of it, and that is OTT. So into last place with 2 holes to play. Phil Davis continuing the telephone number theme. Almost 3 over par after 1. So minding his own business, just plotting his way down here, is Peter Hall. Here in 3, birdie putt. And a 2-putt par. Colossal lead with 2 to play for Peter. He will have the honour. 2 par 4s to finish, the 17th and 18th. Under 400 yards, so they're not long. Where's this one cutting away to? Oh, that's all right. That's okay. All the others gambling now after the 10th hole. Somebody thought it was super. Somebody thought it was shocking. Phil Davis +3. It's a big hit. That's a big hit. Down by the green. In 1.
Firing to the tee, Mr. Johnny Slade.
Johnny Slade does have a shot at the 18th, so he really does need a birdie here. And he might get it. He's driven the green, look. What a tee shot from Johnny Slade. Peter Hall from way down to the right-hand side, pitching up the hill. Oh, it's a Sergio run. And have a look. On the green, but quite a tricky putt for Peter Hall. But he does have a nice buffer on the other 3. Davis, his second. And releasing out. Almost a 2. Need something like that. One really bad hole when it's only in 3 holes that you play it. It's pretty devastating, as it was for Phil Davis. Maybe some magic here. Steady. Not what the doctor ordered at all. Well, Johnny Slade drove it to here, so this is a tickle. Over tickled. Still, +4. Great drive, and 3 to forget. Peter Hall birdie putt. He's seen 2 approach shots run down here. He knows it's really fast. And he's done very well, hasn't he? Another tap in par, 2 in a row. And it really is his to lose. Nobody else coming up with the goods. Phil Davis is third. Putting up the hill from the fringe, flag out. And that unbelievably goes in. Not quite sure how. So is there going to be a sting in the tail for Peter Hall? Paul Davis to get to within one. Unlucky. Unlucky. So we have a clear leader, but not yet a clear winner. We'll see what happens down the 18th in a couple of minutes' time.
The Perfect Gentleman's Playground. The Perfect Gentleman's Playground.
Final push then to see if we can find a champion. We have one player going quite nicely, level par for 2 holes, Peter Hall, and the rest trying to produce something a bit special up the final hole. Peter up first.
Go on, Pete.
He won't want that back.
Paul Davis.
Paul Davis is nearest challenger, +2. To the right. Jungle down there, it's just jungle. Same score for Phil Davis. That's rapid left. Might just hang on. Very close to that fairway bunker up the left-hand side. And Johnny Slade. Yorkshire jungle. Well, for John in the end it was a terrific job to qualify, but didn't carry those skills into the final. Still, he's got something to smile about. A new PB in the qualifying process. Paul Davis is second. That's a heavy thump of turf.
Great shot, that. Well done.
Well, he managed to complete the playoff. That was good, but not going to be a factor. So it's down to 2. Phil Davis blocked out with his left tee shot at the 18th. So that's bunkered. What an opportunity for Peter Hall. He must be nervous because it's there. It's all there on a plate for him.
I'll take it.
He's putting.
It's close to it, DJ.
He is putting. Very difficult putt it is, but still. Well, Phil Davis, hole the bunker shot. Ah. Cigar advert, I think that one. Huge left to right putt this. But he knows where he stands and he knows that things look very good. It's down to 2 players and it won't be Phil Davis. In the end, Phil managed to complete the playoff, which was amazing, but not in the right amount of shots. So really, this is a glory run for Peter Hall. For his own personal satisfaction, for his 3rd par in a row. Doesn't matter. He's just 1 foot away from being 2015 Trilby Tour Champion of Yorkshire, Peter Hall. There's a look of relief.
We're almost at the halfway mark in the regional qualifiers. 5 more to go before the World Championship final at Forest of Arden. Then we head to Hull for the Trilby 2s before the series concludes with our Rogues Gallery special and 2 match play events from Rockcliffe Hall. Enough Trilby treats to see you into 2016. Right here every Monday night on Sky Sports. Now let's grab a word with the new champion of Yorkshire, Peter Hall.
I'm chuffed to bits. I mean, William was saying, look happy, but you know, I am, but I'm just still quite shocked. I'm not used to being in this situation, but it's brilliant, fantastic. Yorkshire man, Yorkshire champ, I'll take that.
Some consolation for Phil Davis with this touch of class that earned him shot of the day. Not bad, Phil. And a lot better than this lot in Rogues Gallery. Starting with Mr. Martin Kent on the 4th, showing us how to dribble your ball into a patch of buttercups. And then how to expertly extract it from that same patch, along with most of the buttercups. We find Neil Robinson hacking away on the 3rd, determined to make his way into the woods. Tony Dent here may not be able to sink a simple 2-foot putt, but he's a dab hand at picking up. Classy! Darryl Bolter believes that the best way up the 13th is just a few feet at a time. It's strange that we got a whole programme from Yorkshire in summer without seeing any Queen Anne's lace, but luckily nature lover Davis Stockdale found us some. This entry for who'd be a cameraman from Graham Oxley on the 9th. Initially it doesn't appear to stand a chance of hitting anyone, but it runs and rolls and eventually makes it all the way to Juby's tripod. What a determined effort there, Graham. Later on the 3rd, Johnny Slade takes a much more direct route to Juby, rebounding off his leg. 9 out of 10 for that one. Sean Lynch is a wee bit confused in the 18th. He thinks our crew includes this cherry picker, but I'm afraid it doesn't. That's still a miss, Sean. After deep contemplation, Ian Blockley finally realises that he quite likes being in the bunker and he would rather like to stay there. Thank you very much. On you go. Nothing to see here. On the 10th, Kevin Pratt decides to live up to his name and play like a right Kevin. Ian Thomason now with a couple of Rogues classics. First, the failed bunker exit on 15. Followed very quickly by the overhit return to the bunker after the previously overhit escape from the bunker. Oh, top work, Ian. Rumours that Riaz Hussain is being paid to remove long grass at Hollins Hall, 1 clump at a time, have been ever so slightly exaggerated. He's actually doing it for free. What is true, however, is that Kevin Thompson has never been known to voluntarily leave a bunker. Not while there's still sand in it. Meanwhile, Martin Chapman shows admirable determination here, trying to leave this bunker on the 18th, although we don't actually have any evidence that he ever did manage to leave this bunker on the 18th, and he could well still be in there. Here is a new way to approach the 18th green from James Shaw. You just go through some very big trees. And finally, this is the actual sound picked up on the effects microphone of Yorkshire-born cameraman Joe as he filmed this shot, his heart evidently bursting with Yorkshire pride. And we'll leave Joe ruining that tune and catch up with William.
Strange playoff. I mean, there's some great players there. You know, Johnny Slade, from qualification to humiliation in 3 easy steps. You know, you had Ian Marshall on the bag. The Cinderella effect just disappeared, didn't it? You know, it's like it was easy. He had 2 shots to play with, and he should have won that. Phil Davis is a brilliant Trilby, so a great player, 4 handicap. I said to him, "What happened?" He said, "I just lost my head." And I don't really know Paul Davis, but he definitely lost his head. And the man who kept it calm was Peter Hall. You know, it's his own track, strong player, popular guy around here, and a worthy champion really, and what was the weirdest playoff I've ever seen.
Next week we move on to find a champion of Lancashire at Worsley Park. Here's hoping they perform better than they did last year, and indeed better than everyone this week in Yorkshire. In the meantime, please have a peek at www.williamhunttrilbytour.com for details of how you can become embroiled in the 2016 tour. We'll see you next week.
It's not fair the others keep picking on me. I'm going home and I'm not coming back again.
William Hunt Savile Row sponsors the Trilby Tour. The perfect gentleman's playground.